Salibonani Makadi, hello and welcome to my channel, Kaya's Gogo. My name is Bongile and I'm here in the city of Kings and Queens in Bulawayo, settling back on the African continent. Spent a number of years in the diaspora and I chose to come back to the motherland. And I'm just sharing my journey so that I can encourage somebody who has thought about coming back, contemplating coming back, and doesn't have the courage or feels intimidated to do it. It's scary after having spent several years in the diaspora, especially with all that we hear about Africa, Zimbabwe, and you get this reluctance to come back. But we are here and enjoying settling back, and I'm sharing so that hopefully I can encourage someone to be able to come back. So today I want to talk about how to prepare financially for relocating. One thing that I have been asked several times is, how do you do it? How do you prepare financially to come back onto the continent? So these are just my ideas, my thoughts. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it, but it's sharing ideas on how to be able to do this. Now, when you're out there in the diaspora, the first thing that when you have a paycheck coming through, get into the habit of saving. Saving. It is so easy to get sidetracked because there are vast numbers of shops. The malls are big, the stores themselves are big. The push to get credit cards, to buy this and buy that and fill your home and your cabinets and your closets with things. If you can control that impulse to spend and overspend, you'll be on the right track. Keep most of your money that you are making in your wallet and you'll be good to go. So save. How do you save? For those of you in the diaspora, most of the companies will offer a 401k, if it does still exist, because things change. I'm talking about how some of the things that we did to be able to get back. The 401k that the company offers with a match. Companies offering 50%, 100%. You put $1, they give you $1 back. You put $1, they might give you 50 cents. It's still something. So if you have that kind of plan, please get into it and start saving that way. You don't see the money, it's taken off your paycheck before it even hits your bank. So it's easy to save. And you get to reap the benefits of that longevity in the stock market where the money is mostly invested. So get on the 401k. If your company doesn't offer a 401k, teach yourself how to invest in the stock market. Learn about the stock market. Learn about investing. Read books about it. Listen to podcasts. Listen to other investors who are learning on a forum like this, on YouTube, or any other forum that you choose, so you can learn about how to invest. Take the initiative and start learning. Get a buddy so you can invest with a buddy, share ideas, learn and make mistakes together. There will be mistakes, but just go for it. Don't wait for 5 years, 10 years, oh, I'm not ready, I don't have the money. Invest a little that you have and learn. Be in the habit of saving. If you make saving a habit, it becomes easier and easier and easier with time. The biggest challenge is to start. Once you start, staying on course is a lot easier. Another thing that you have to understand is you have to live within your means. And how do you manage to do that? You have to have a budget. You should know where every penny that you make ends up. Where is it? When it's coming in, you should know. And when it leaves your wallet, you should know where it has gone. Not having a budget allows you to just spend. Then you find out when the wallet is empty that you have either spent or spent too much or actually overspent. Don't get carried away with this overdraft. They charge you. You have to pay it back. And it's costly. So stay within your budget. Know how much you're spending for food. Know how much you're spending for groceries. Know how much you're spending for entertainment, clothes, gas, everything. So have a budget. And every person's budget is different. There's so many tools that one can use to be able to do a budget. And feel free to use the tool that you're comfortable with. But budget, budget, budget. To be able to stay within your budget, go to the store, especially groceries, with a list and stay within the money, the amount of money that you had stipulated or assigned for doing the groceries. So if you intended spending $200 on the groceries, don't come out with a $350 purchase at the end of the groceries, because you're already $50 off your budget if it was $200 and you're at $250. Simple. Where is that money coming from? How are you going to patch that hole that you've already created by overspending? So have a list and stay within the list, and don't get tempted. Buy one, get one free. And then in the end, when you're looking at how much you've spent, you've gone over because there's so many buy one, get one frees that you get. But try and stick to what you intended to buy. Keep to your budget. Do not try to keep up with the Joneses. Stay within your means. Stay within the amount of income that you're making. Just because another Zimbo next door has bought a 2-story house with 5 bedrooms, each one with an ensuite, you go ahead and put yourself on a big mortgage that is beyond your means. Don't do it. Buy that tiny little house that you can afford a mortgage on, that you're able to pay off, and maybe sell at a later date to reinvest or to buy that big mansion that you dream about. But stay within your means. You get carried away because every other person that you know has bought this big home and you think you are being left out. Don't do it. It will push you back even further than you'd imagine. Because you now have this big mortgage, you now have to work longer hours, you now have to work 4 or 5 jobs at the expense of your health, your mental health, your physical health, just to keep up. Just buy that tiny home and keep it. If that's what you can afford, stay in that small mortgage home. Don't go purchasing the big home just because every other Zimbo that you know has a big home. Don't do it. Try and stay away from flashing expensive cars, expensive jewelry, buying the most expensive line of furniture because you see the house next door has those things. Um, Remember where your income is coming from. Remember how much you have in the bank. Remember the debt that you already have before you go and make those big purchases. If you can't afford it, stay away. You will not be able to keep your money in the pocket if at the end of every paycheck you are at minus because you have too much debt that you have to service and you're left with nothing to save. Don't do it. Financially, you will not be able to make the move when it's time if you are tied down to too much debt. So stay away from it as much as possible. Being debt-free is one of the smartest, soundest ways to get yourself to financial success, freedom, being able to stash that money away for your relocation. Keep away from debt as much as you can. If you need to have a credit card to get that credit score, you have to have a good reason why you need it. Pay it off. Pay the credit cards off because you will be tied down with paying credit card debt and you will not be able to make the move. So keep off debt accumulation as much as you can. I couldn't emphasize that enough. Have other sources of income other than your paycheck. For those of us that have come out of the diaspora and those of you who are still there, be careful of overworking yourself, putting your own health at risk by working 24/7 to try and make that money. You will not be able to spend it when you're sick. You will not be able to enjoy it when your body is in pain. You're all broken because of all those extra shifts, working tirelessly and trying to make big money. Your health is your wealth. That is the first banking that you have to remember. When you're not healthy, you don't have good quality of life. So remember that when you're working, make time to take a break from that crazy all around work schedule. Take some time off. Get time to relax, to breathe, to just kick your feet, put your feet in the air and just chill. Too many of us are out there in the diaspora working 3, 4, 5 jobs to make a living. I'm not sure in the long run if it is worth it when your body is broken. So remember, as you try and accumulate the wealth, your body is still safe, it's not disintegrating, such that when the time comes that you want to relax and take it easy, you cannot, because you're now busy trying to repair your broken body. So just remember to take it easy, take time for yourself, have other sources of generating that income so that you don't overwork the one body that you have. Because once it's broken, it's either difficult to mend or you can't mend it at all. Please remember, you only have one body and one life. Give yourself that room to be able to take time off and enjoy. To wait until your body is broken to get off the 24/7 schedules, I don't know whether it's worth it at that point. So take care of yourself, take time off. That is a big saving financially if your body is intact. Because all that money that you've been working for, when your body is broken, you're not spending it on you. Yes, you are, but not to enjoy it, but to try and repair that broken body. Keep that in mind. So this is just a general overview on how you can start to prepare financially to relocate. Budgeting, saving, investing in the vehicles that you are learning about and getting comfortable, teaching yourself and going ahead and investing in. The very, very critical investment is your own health, your own mental health and physical health, and then everything else will come into shape. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Let's continue the conversation and hopefully help each other to build our financial independence, to build our wealth, so that we can relocate back to this lovely continent and be able to contribute meaningfully without feeling strained. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and I hope to see you again soon.